Hello everybody, it's Dustin again here with PickBox, and today we're talking about what's the best iPad for your photo booth or your PickBox. So a couple things you need to consider is the chip size, the nit, that's the brightness of your screen, Wi-Fi versus cellular Wi-Fi, cost, and iPad size. So here's your 13 compared to 11 inch, right? Difference in size completely. Size does matter in photo booths. So let's go with the 13 inch. That's what we like. That's how we like to see it in our photo booth. It looks great at events. Okay, and then now when it goes to your processing chip, your chip size. So a lot of people like that 10.9 A16, which is only $349 in price, but it doesn't have an M processing chip and it only has 500 nits. So let's just throw that one out. Let's not go for that one. It's only $200 less than an iPad Air, which ranges about $599, and an iPad Air has an M3 processing chip. So the iPad Pros have an M4, which might be overkill for photo booths, but overkill isn't bad, okay, compared to an iPad Air, which is M3. So when we're doing a lot of rendering with AI videos and AI photos, getting that M processing chip is great. So the difference between the iPad Air and the Pro, besides that M processing chip, is the brightness of the screen. So 600 for an Air to 1,000 for a Pro. And if you're doing a lot of outdoor events, you might want to get that 1,000 nits so that people can see it outdoors. But if you're doing indoor events, that 600 is going to be just fine. You're going to love it. Most TVs are around that amount of nits. So both have the same 12 megapixel camera, right? The difference between, the iPads now is with the 13 inch and 11 inch new ones is the cameras in landscape, whereas the 12.9 is on the top. So it's preference. If you're using a DSLR, it doesn't matter because you can orientate your iPad any way you would like. Another thing we have to look at is capacity. It doesn't matter what gigabytes you have per your iPad. You can go with the lowest one, 128 to 256, which is fine. You're not saving anything on that iPad, so you'll be good there. Cost is the big thing. So there's about a cost difference, roughly about $400 between an Air and a Pro. So like we said, is the Air, didn't like those before when they didn't have the M processing chips, but now with the M3, they're gonna work great. You're gonna almost buy two for the price of one Pro. So that's big. Wi-Fi versus cellular Wi-Fi, there is a price difference. Some people love cellular because they don't have to bring a hotspot or worry about Wi-Fi, but we preferably like Wi-Fi just because we don't want that extra cellular cost monthly if you have like 20 iPads. So we're more of Wi-Fi, but that's completely preference. So again, if we were thinking about it, the new iPad Airs, great M3 processing chip. The Pros, right, you're getting a little bit brighter screen. You're gonna get that M4, but again, the M4 is more for like if you're editing videos, you're going editing photos, you're kind of doing that route, editing music, that kind of realm. So M3 would be great. So our recommendation is if you're on a tight budget, go with that iPad Air 13 inch or the 11 inch. Or if you wanna go to the next level and you're doing a lot of outdoor events and you need the high nit, go with that 13 inch Pro or the 11 inch Pro. Okay, if you have any questions, please let us know. I'm Dustin with PickBox, and we'll see you on the next one.